Good morning, FlossTube. Today is Monday, February 22nd, 2021. My name is Shelly, and this is my channel, Proverbs 31:22, where I talk about my Stitchy life, a little bit of life updates as well. Predominantly, this is a channel about CrossStitch. As you can see on the wall behind me, I do also quilts. Which that was sort of my obsession for many years until I came back to CrossStitch about the middle of 2019. And I'm trying to get back to more quilting. I like to do it, and I do make some quilts for charity, and I haven't been doing that lately, so I'm going to show you one in a minute that I'm working on for Project Linus. I also have a goal of making quilts for all of my siblings and my husband's siblings, so I need to get back to it. So yeah. So I'm going to start off today with the What I'm Loving segment, because you guys have absolutely blown me away in the response to my last video. So last week's video, I announced that I was doing a giveaway because I had reached 200 subscribers. And I always share my video, when I upload one, I share it on several groups on Facebook that I'm a part of. And I did that again, and I went from a little over 200 subscribers to right around 280 in just a couple of days. So I'm excited. When I started this channel, I thought I would get, my local Stitchy friends that would subscribe, so I was thinking I might get 10, and so, not that I'm not concerned about, how many subscribers I have. I know my count is like so small compared to other channels, but it just is, I like sharing about stitching, so if I can share it with more people, then that's even better, right? So I will be announcing the winners, 2 winners at the end of the video, so stay tuned to the end. So yeah, thanks guys, I appreciate it. Just continue to, if you see something you like, hit the like button. If you see enough that you like, that you want to join me every week, then make sure you subscribe and share it. Spread the word for me. I appreciate it. So this past week, when I was filming my last video, I put all of my devices on Do Not Disturb when I'm filming, and I didn't realize I had like a bunch of text messages coming in from my older daughter. We had ice and snow here this past week, and it really wreaked havoc a little bit on their home. So they discovered like all kind of leaks, and then their HVAC unit froze, and so they were without that source of heat. They did have alternate sources of heat, but it still was, cold. They had to all kind of huddle in the master bedroom and try to stay warm, Thankfully, we didn't lose power. They didn't lose power. We did fine. Of course, my, power bill is going to be $1 gazillion, but that's okay. At least I had, I had the power and the HVAC going. So we made it through. My husband, thankfully, his company just pretty much called it every day and said, don't come in today. And he finally went back. They finally went back on Friday when it was safe for him to, get there. So we survived it. thoughts and prayers to all the people in Texas that have been dealing with so much worse, than we've had here. And that's always my fear, is losing power, when it's cold. It's like every time we get ready for one of these storms, it's like, should we get a generator? I think we're pretty safe where we are. We don't live like out in the county. We live near a major highway, and it's a small town, but anyway, it just always makes me a little nervous that we're going to lose power for days and days and not be able to, heat ourselves. So anyway, that's what's been going on here. Friday, my older grandson called and said, can I come spend the night, please? Because I need a break from Malachi. They had been in mom and dad's bedroom, all of them together, for the whole week. So he needed a little break. So he came over Friday, and Malachi was kind of bummed out because he couldn't stay. So we told him, you can come and spend the night tomorrow night. And so he did. We also babysat for our newest granddog. Our younger daughter and her girlfriend went to Nashville to spend the night. And so we kept little Roxy. She's 2 years old. They just rescued her. And she's a sweetheart, really. You can tell she's had some mistreatment in her life, but she's just sweet. So she slept with Malachi and I in the bed Saturday night. I hadn't slept with a dog in a long time. So, but anyway. Okay, let's get to the stitchy stuff. That's what you're here for, right? So I'm going to do the quilting first. It's just a few little things. So last week I had the blocks on the wall behind me. I had them, like arranged how they're going to go in the quilt. And then after I filmed last week, I started putting the rows together. It actually goes together like in columns. So I've got part of that first one done, and then I start laying out the second one right here. So I think that's going to be in the middle, because this block right here is the very center of the quilt. So I've got that going, and that is the Quilter's Planner quilt from 2019. I think it's 2019. And then, like I said, I started doing some things on Project Linus. This is a top that I made a few years ago. Every year they have a challenge that, you pay $15 and you get the pattern, and it's released. I don't know how often, but it's every so many weeks. I think it's once a week for like 6 weeks or something. You get the releases, and then at the end of it, you can fundraise more by entering your quilt into their contest, and people have to pay to vote for them. So this is the mystery challenge from, I believe, 2019. And I had finished the top quite a while ago and asked our coordinator, to get me some batting. And so I've been having the stuff. I just needed to get together, layer it, and then start quilting it. So this is the quilt. Let me pull it up and show you the bottom. So they got some bear claw blocks, some tree blocks, and then some applique bears, and then Irish chain, lipstick on it, Irish chain blocks in between. Oh, and some little cabin blocks also. I probably should have just hung this one on the design wall. So I am machine quilting it. I am going to do some big stitch quilting around the bears. I started on this one already. And you can't, I'm using thread that blends in, but I am just going to go around the bears. I don't free motion quilt, so I do everything straight line. Oops, sorry, I bumped you. So, yeah, I would love to learn free motion, but I've tried before and I don't know. I got to get up my courage to try it again. So anyway, that's what I did quilting wise. Stitching wise, so I'm doing the monthly magazine challenge, which is a group on Facebook where we have a theme every month and then also an acrostic every month that we try to find magazine patterns to fit the theme and the acrostic letters. Some people do the acrostic with non-magazine patterns. I try to, stick to magazine things. So anyway, the ones that I worked on this week, I worked on the March little calendar piece, the little monthly marker type piece. And this is from CrossStitcher magazine, December 2020. And they're designed by Cheryl McKinnon, who is Tiny Modernist. And they stitch up real fast. So and I'm going to do my finishes in a mix when I'm going through my whips, because that's just the way I'm doing it today. So this is my finish. So it's stitched on 14 count French lace Aida. And I just chose colors from my stash. So a couple of videos ago, I talked about how I was trying to figure out how to accessorize these little pieces. So I'm putting these on this little easel that I got from the dollar store. And so it had this piece finished, just the piece. And I was trying, had a bow that I just taped above, but I was trying to figure out how to get the bow to be more securely attached. And, I've seen stuff finished like this before, but I never had that light bulb moment that I could do that with this until I was looking at someone's post on Stitching with the Housewives, and they did one of their charts and finished it sort of like an ornament. And she had, some accessories down at the bottom of the background for her piece. And it was just like, bing, the light bulb went off. So I took the February one apart and redid it. So, and I've got January I have to do that with as well. I don't know when I will, but so before I had it on a darker piece of fabric, kind of close to the color of the pom-pom. So I took that off. I cut a bigger board, of course, and did it with some grunge. This is some lace that I had in Michael's has these like bundles of different colors. Like this was in the black and white one. I have a black and white one, a green and red for Christmas, kind of pastel-y one, and then brights, and then a natural one. They're like $10, and you get a lot of, accessories. So a lot of like trims is what I'm trying to say. So, and then I had gotten this little wood doodad at Hobby Lobby, and I tried painting it at first, but I didn't have the right color paint. It didn't look right. I can use it for something else, I'm sure, in future. But I was like, what else can I do? I tried stamping it with some ink that I had, and that wasn't the right color either. And, couldn't go anywhere because we're snowed in. So, I don't know. I was just sort of looking around going, what can I use? What can I use? What can I use? And then I looked over and saw a cup full of, they're like Sharpies, but they're Bic brand. And they had the perfect color. And so I just colored it. Just colored on top of the wood with the marker. Usually I will do everything, like all the accessorizing the trim parts, with hot glue. This time I did it with Aleene's tacky glue, and it worked fine. So it's stuck on the little board with a magnet and a washer. And then I'll be able to just change them out. I don't have the washer on this one yet, but I'll be able to change them out every month. So I'm loving these. These stitch up in like, 3 hours, something like that. So that was the finish. That was one of my magazine monthly challenge pieces that I finished. And then I also worked on the All Sewn Up needle book. And this is from CrossStitcher, February 2021. And this is a set with a needle book, a biscorn U, and a little scissor fob or pin, little small pin cushion if you wanted to use it that way. I'm only doing the needle book and the biscorn U. And this is also by Cheryl McKinnon, Tiny Mindedness. So I think I like her stuff. At least her stuff in the magazines. I've never saw really one of her charts that I said, oh, I have to have that. But her stuff that she designs for the magazines is really pretty. So this is a partially fully finished object, a PFFO, I guess. So I finished stitching it, and I put this fabric on the inside to line it. I sewed it together. I just have this little, the opening to stitch up. And then when I go to town later this week, I'm going to get some felt that I can put in here to do like some pages with. I like to try to mark them some kind of way. I can actually do some lettering on my sewing machine. So I may do that, like mark them, what kind of needle it is. So that's my finish on that. I love the way it came out. This is on 14 count oatmeal Aida. And just choosing, similar colors to what she called for if I didn't have what she called for. So, yay, 2 finishes this week. Okay, and then my weekly focus piece was another piece by Cheryl McKinnon. This is the band sampler for winter, and these are in CrossStitcher magazine. This one was in January 2021 issue. And so this is being stitched on an 18 count vintage country mocha Aida. One strand over 2 threads, except for the white. I'm doing the white 2 strands, and I actually forgot when I was stitching up this little piece of green right here, and I didn't feel like frogging it, so I just left it. But most of it is stitched, with the 1 strand except for the white. So I pretty much got all of this part right here done. I think I had some of this done before, but I think I had to frog it. So basically I got this whole little section right here done. And these are the threads. Mostly called for, some substitutions if I didn't have what it called for. So I'm working on this one and another one of these so far. I do plan on doing all of them because they're really cute. So yeah, like I said, I guess I like Cheryl McKinnon's stuff when she designs for magazines. So that was my weekly focus piece for this past week. And told you everything about that. So the sows that I'm doing with Fat Quarter Shop. These are in one of the bags that I made a while back. And let's see. These are the two Fat Quarter Shop ones. So I'm working on Stronger Together. And this is a cross-stitch piece that has a coordinating quilt also. And 100% of the proceeds from the sale of the patterns throughout the end of February will go toward as a donation to the United Negro College Fund. So I'm staying on track with this one. I think I'm actually a little bit ahead. So I am doing the main chart, and then I'm also doing the wording on the secondary chart. I'm going to do Stronger and then Together. I watched Denise with Black Ribbon Studio yesterday, and she had a really, really good idea, but I'd already started my lettering. But she was going to do Stronger, the little quilt star right here that's on the secondary pattern, and then Together down the side. So this is the secondary pattern. I can't pinch because I have this Band-Aid on my middle finger. So, and I'm stitching this on some 28 count even weave from Hobby Lobby that I hand dyed myself. This is White Art. And then I'm using the call for DMC flosses. So I guess you can see, you know, why I wanted the sort of pink and the, you know, pink modeling on the fabric, just to go with the pink on the design. So that one's a lot of fun. I mean, it goes really fast. And then the other stitch along that I'm doing with Fat Quarter Shop is their Stitches from the Heart, which is part of their February stitch along. I think it's called Be Mine. And I got this one done. It's not FFO'd, but it is FO'd. Isn't it so pretty? Oh my gosh, I love it. So I'm stitching this on 32 count blush linen from Weeks Dye Works with silk flosses from Paint Box Threads. And I haven't 100% decided yet. You know, they have it finished like this. I wouldn't finish it with prints, and I wouldn't put the rickrack, but I may finish it with squares of grunge, or I may just finish it with fabric either on the bottom or the side to make like a little pillow. Because I do want to have like a little, I don't know if I'll do like technically a dough bowl, but that sort of vessel to put some smalls in, especially for Valentine's Day. And that's stitching that 32 count, one strand of the silk floss over 2 threads. And let's see. So I'm also doing Stitching Book Club this quarter. And this is a mystery stitch along, so I don't have a picture to show you. I'm loving this piece a lot. So that's the center of the first design. I still have the side. There's, you know, more of the design off to the side. So I'm stitching this also on the 28 count even weave from Hobby Lobby that I hand dyed with evening blue with just an all over dye. And I'm using 2 strands of floss over over 2 threads, 2 over 2, using the call for DMC flosses. So it's like when you're stitching it, you don't, when you pull in the thread off the cord, it's like, gosh, these colors are really similar, but you really can see the shading, even though the colors are really close. So I just love this design a lot. And I'm having fun reading the book. I had never read Sense and Sensibility. If I didn't say that's what we're reading, that's what we're reading. I think I just said Stitching Book Club. So that's my first time doing Stitching Book Club. So my daily pieces this week, my Merry Monday, I stitched on Mistletoe Lane. And this is a picture of it. This is a fat quarter shot pattern. And this was my weekly focus piece last week. So this week, I think I just did some more on the, just filled in some more of the outline of the tree. And I think that's all I did. So this is on 32 count wood shelt linen in the color white chocolate, using the call for DMC flosses. And then I've also been, on my Merry Monday day, I've also been stitching on whatever ornament I've got going. And that is currently, let's see, Let It Snow. Isn't that so cute? I love snowmen. Love them, love them, love them. So this is from Just CrossStitch magazine, December 2020. It was designed by Rona Nori. And I am stitching this on 14 count white opalescent Aida. And so I've just been, every week on Merry Monday, I just would do a letter. And so now I've got to go, I'll probably do the top part of it next. And then I'll start working down to do the snowman in pieces, sections. I don't stitch on it very long, maybe 30 minutes. And that is 2 strands of floss over 1 thread. And I've just been keeping most of my Christmas things in this little bag that I made a while back. Having to double up my bags because I've got too many. Whoops! Okay. And then on Timely Tuesday, I worked on one of the pieces in the Valentine House Trio by Waxy Moon. And I stitched on, let's see, oh, we're here, dummy. The Beloved House. And, okay, so that one's the one with the key. I always have to look at them because I don't have the words on them yet. And so I filled in more of this area up here. I started filling in right here on the purple. I think I came down here with the white. So I'm loving this a lot. I really wish I would have had them done for this not Thanksgiving, this Valentine's Day, but it wasn't meant to be. These, all three of the patterns, I'm doing all three of them, but they live in this eat, sleep, stitch, repeat bag. This is a Lori Holt pattern, and this is a bag that I made from it. So these are stitched on 28 count wood shelt, using, the name of the color is China Pearl, and I am using Autumn Dot Stitches color conversion. She's on Instagram, and I saw hers and fell in love, so I'm doing hers, and it's a combination of Weeks Dye Works, Classic Color Works, and one DMC, 2 DMCs. So that was Timely Tuesday. Then on Wordy Wednesday, I worked on Homegrown from Fat Quarter Shop Stitch Quarterly. This was their very first one. And this is my piece that I usually work on when I'm at basketball games. Of course, we didn't have basketball games this week, so I went ahead and did some more on the sunflower. So I did some more of the yellow and then, the brown. So usually at the basketball games, I just will fill in whatever I have outlined. Of course, at the basketball games, I can't concentrate enough to do this part. So that's why I just went ahead and did it. The wheel chose it this week, and I was going to start outlining the E, and I was like, let me work on the sunflower. And that is on 14 count whitewashed board Ada, which I think is from Fabric Flare. Yes, it was part of the kit. So this is all of the stuff that came in the kit. The DMC flosses, the pattern, the cloth, a little needle box, and then this little, it's like a corner. It's a corner, they call it a cross-stitch key. It has a cloth counter, a ruler, and a corner guide. So it has a lot of little tools. And this is the call for flosses. And you even get the bag. So I really liked these a lot. I did stop them in December since I had gotten laid off, and it was Santa Claus. I'm not really a Santa Claus stitcher, so I just went ahead and canceled it. I don't know if they have spots, but you can get on a waiting list if they don't have current ones available. So then Thankful Thursday was also a Stitch Quarterly piece. The Hey Pumpkin piece. And this is stitched on 10 count vintage cloth by Lori Holt in the color Burlap. This is the pattern. This is the call for flosses. And these are the little, I won this little floss drop and charm set from Louisiana Stitcher on Instagram. And this is my progress. So I just did some more. I filled in some stuff up here at the top and then just continued doing trying to just outline stuff so that I can just fill in, if I need something that if I need something to stitch on in an environment where I can't really concentrate hard. So that was Thankful Thursday. I'm trying to put all this stuff back as I go, but it takes time. But you know what? Every week I say, I'm not going to do a long video this week. Yeah, right. I don't know. I guess I'm from the South and so I talk real slow. I don't know. Okay, so then on my Friday is Flora, Fauna, and Filigree Friday. And this Friday I stitched on this piece from my monthly magazine challenge last month, which I absolutely love. It's the Alsatian Redwork Heart. I love it. It's a variegated floss, so you don't have to change colors. And it's just so pretty. So this is from Just CrossStitch magazine, February 2016. And it's designed by Irina Stepanova of Mashukta Design Studio. And I am stitching on a 28 count Charles Craft Irish linen. That's in the color tea dyed, and it's something I picked up from Michael's. I like it a lot. I like this fabric a lot. I wish they had it in a little bit higher count. I am stitching 2 strands of floss over 2 threads. And I prefer to stitch 1 over 1, so that's why I wish it came in a larger count. Of course, I am stitching one of my pieces on 28 count, 1 over 2. So, and this is the Floss DMC 115, and that's what was called for. Loving that piece a lot. So that was Friday. Then seasonal Saturday. I actually didn't stitch this on Saturday, but it was on my list for Saturday. I stitched it on Sunday. I just ran out of gas on Saturday. But it's the Snowy Jar from Hands On Design, their Chalk Full series, which is a collaboration with Priscilla Blaine of Stitching with the Housewives. And I had this, I was in this club through Fat Quarter Shop, so it's stitched on their cloth, which is 14 count chalkboard Ada with the called for flosses. And this is what I got done. So I think I was probably about right here and coming down. So I filled in all of this and just have a little bit more left to go on the jar. I still have, you know, snowman here, a bunch of greenery, and then greenery around the bottom of the jar. So it's not close, but I love stitching on these. I love the look of the jar with the 1 thread. So everything else is stitched with 2 strands of floss over 1 thread. It's Ada, but except for the jar. The jar is stitched with 1 strand. And like I said, I love snowmen. So when this design came out, I mean, you probably heard me screaming from here because I was like, ah, love it. Okay, so that's what I stitched on this week. So I redid my February calendar. That was a refinish. Finished FFO'd my March calendar. Finished the Stitches from the Heart sew along with Fat Quarter Shop, and finished the All Sewn Up needlebook. So I think that was a pretty good week, a pretty good productive week. I started the week off, you know, pretty strong. Actually, like deep cleaned in my bathroom, I think Tuesday. And then Wednesday I woke up and I was like, oh, terrible headache. But I still got, a lot of stitching done. It's very rare that I can't stitch when I, feel bad. Usually I'll try to stitch at least some, unless it's a really bad headache that I can't focus. So I only have a little bit of haul. And this is something I've shown before, but I did decide to use this. I got this little bin at Michael's a while back, and I was thinking I would use it to store bead stuff. And I got home and I was like, what were you thinking? So I did go ahead, and when I was fully finishing those little calendars, I went ahead and sorted up my little doodads and put them in. So I just kind of separated them into, the way I had them before, I had them separated by season. And this time I just decided to separate them sort of by topic. So I have, beach, birds and butterflies, Easter, fall, flowers, Halloween, keys, patriotic, Christmas, Valentine, St. Patrick, and school. So I don't have, that's all I've got so far. I still have some empty. So I've got four empty ones left to put stuff in. So, and there's plenty of room left in the actual, except for this one right here is probably kind of full, but, if I need to change the topic, I can if I have some other stuff to put in. So I'm sorry, Melissa. I know you said that you would buy it from me, but I did decide to go ahead and use it for this. So I did that. And then I, earlier in the week, probably midweek, I guess, Christine or Christina at Whilst Iris Naps released some free charts for spring. So let's see. I have them on here. Where are they? There they are. These are adorable. So these are free on her website. So there's the bunnies, those ears. Oh my God. Those ears and those little heart-shaped little tails. And then the carrots. And then there's also, I don't think she has just a picture, but there's two charts that are letters, words. So one says Welcome Spring and one says Happy Easter. So I'm going to link it below. You can download these for free right now from her website. So when I was looking on her, I think on her Instagram and her website, both, she'd been talking about this sampler that she was about to release. Well, she released it yesterday. And OMG, I had to get it. I think it was like, it's like 750 pounds. So I think it was like 10 something for me. So this is Thursa Hudson, which is a reproduction sampler. And look at those colors. OMG. I had to get it when I saw those colors because it's a lot of like, I recognize some of the colors that she calls for because I have them in other charts and love them. Like there's the Williamsburg something by Weeks Dye Works that I have in one of my other charts that I absolutely love. I thought I had added this to my tablet. Let's see. I didn't yet. Okay. So I haven't added that to my tablet yet, but I was going to show you the list of colors, but I don't have it. So that's all the haul I got. The only thing I bought this week was the that reproduction chart. I am waiting for my next block for the Coriander Christmas quilt. Of course, you know, Fat Quarter Shop was closed most of last week because they were without power. So I think I got the shipment notification, but I mean, our mail didn't run, you know, most of the week last week. So it's on its way, but I don't have it yet. So I do have a couple of shout outs. Um, the first one is Melly Ellie Stitches. She's here on YouTube, and I will link her below. She's the sweetest person. I mean, you know, obviously I don't know her in real life, but her personality that comes across when she's filming her videos, just very, very sweet person. And I love the stuff she shows that she's stitching. She has, she showed the flosses for a pattern that she was waiting for. And I'm about ready to call the Silver Needle in Oklahoma and tell them to just kit this thing up for me, because I ordered the Love Notes by Brenda Gervais from them. And of course, they emailed me and said that they had sold out, but they were getting more. But I thought if they could just kit that up and send it to me. It's another Brenda Gervais, and it's called the Pink Sparrow Sampler. Gorgeous. She showed the threads, and it was like, so pretty. So check her out. I like probably 2 or 3 videos ago, she sort of shared her planning a little bit. So she uses the Happy Planner, and it's a blank one. So she takes a one of the calendars, and it has 25 spaces in it on it, and that's all she allows herself to have going at one time. No more than 35. So she wants to start something new, she has to finish something that's in one of the squares. So, and she'll kind of, I think she writes down like what her weekly focuses are going to be, sort of like I do with mine. But I love seeing, you know, how people plan and organize. So check her out. I talked about Whilst Iris Naps, the freebie and the new design. And like I said, I will link her website below. And then I was looking, I guess it just came up in my feed on Instagram. It wasn't somebody that I already followed, but I found this person. So, Yanni Novoa, I don't know how you pronounce it for sure, but she dyes fabric. I don't think she sells it, but she had a video showing how she did it, and it's not in English, but you know, you can understand what she's doing, you can see it. But these are some of the fabrics that she dyed in the video that she has on here. The video's like right here. So look at that. She pretty much puts it in a, you know, flat sort of like baking dish container, scrunches it up, and then she spoons different colors over the fabric. When I saw that one right there, I about died. But they're all just beautiful. And to watch her make them, and it's just gorgeous. So check her out if you're on Instagram. Like I said, I don't think she sells them, but you know, I'm wanting ideas for how to do different colors and stuff. So that's my shout outs. My plans for the coming week. My weekly focus piece this week is a piece that I absolutely love stitching on. I love it. And it's one of my monthly magazine challenge pieces. So I started stitching on it last night. And look at that. So let's see. Show you a picture of what it's going to look like when it's done. So it's called Home to Roost, and it's in, I don't know if I can see what magazine. It's in the Ultimate Home magazine. CrossStitch, you know, it's a CrossStitch magazine, but it's called Ultimate Home. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. I love it. So that's my weekly focus piece for the coming up week. So I'm eager to see how much I get done on that. I also have to kit up one more monthly magazine challenge piece. I'm supposed to kit that up tomorrow. I hope that I have everything I need because I'm not planning to go to town until Thursday. And I'm supposed to kit it tomorrow and then start stitching on it Wednesday. So we'll see. Next week I'm going, or not next week, this week, toward the end of the week, I'm going to pull out my whips that are close to finishes and sort of plan out what I want to do for March Mayhem. I will link that group below. It's just a challenge group, just to challenge yourself to get things done, you know, get progress made on your whips. And the way I'm doing it is I'm going to work on things that are close to finish. And I don't know if I'm going to, I probably will do them like according to how much is left. Like start stitching on the one that has the least amount left first, and then stitch on that until I finish. And then the following week, you know, when that one's finished, then go on to the next one. I may decide to just do it in alphabetical order, but I don't think I'm going to do it that way. So that's coming in March. Also, I forgot to mention last week, Fat Quarter Shop is starting their fundraiser for Make-A-Wish. So they have a quilt pattern and a cross-stitch pattern. I'm doing the cross-stitch only. It's a free pattern. You get to download it off of their website for no charge, but they do ask that you make a donation to Make-A-Wish, and you do that directly from their site. It goes directly to Make-A-Wish. But that's called Serendipity, and I will link that below. I have all of that I need for that. It's stitched on Navy Ada, and I bought the floss kit from them a while back. It was supposed to start in February. They had to push it back because of supply issues. And then I showed, you know, the prim and proper pattern that I won from the Stitching with the Housewives. That's also starting in March. So I have to kit that up as well. So I need to do some kitting up this week and making a list for when I go to town on Thursday. Okay, so that's all my stitching and all the other stuff, except for the drawing. So I did the YouTube random comment generator earlier and drew 2 names from the comments on last video that had the word bag in it. And so let me just remind you, there's 2 different bags. And then 2 different sets of items that are going to go with the bags. So one of them is you'll get the bag and then this Bucilla kit that's fully, you know, not even opened. And then the other little bundle will be one of the bags and this quilting journal and, oops, this printed embroidery kit, Love. And it has, you know, the flosses and the cloth and everything. You have a needle, even a needle in it. The only thing's not included is the frame. So how this is going to work, I'm going to tell you who the winners are, and then my email address is down below in the description box. And basically, whoever emails me first and tells me I want the dot bag and whatever, you know, either the cross stitch kit or the embroidery kit, or I want the harlequin bag and either, you know, one of those bundles. So basically you tell me which bag you want and then which bundle you want to go with it. I will, Thursday when I go to town, I am going to pick up probably 3 flosses, a pink, a brown, and a cream, just to stick in there to go with it. So these won't go out until, you know, of course I have to hear from you guys first to get, you know, I need your address, and then you tell me which one you want, and then, but they won't go out until, you know, the end of the week. So the first winner is Carrie Jellison. So congratulations, Carrie. And Carrie said, I love the all pink bag. Love your videos too. So thank you so much. I'm glad that, I hope you're excited to win one of my bags. I hope you like it. And then Lori Pinover. Congratulations to Lori. And she commented, beautiful bag. I love anything in pink or purple. Me too, Lori. Those are my colors if you can't tell already. So yeah, email me. Whoever emails me first, they get first pick of what they want. And like I said, guys, I'm just blown away. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers and everybody who's coming back that's been with me since the beginning or near the beginning. I appreciate all of y'all so much. And it just makes me happy that, you know, I get to share stitching with more people. So that's all I've got today, I do believe. Yep, that's it. So I will get this ended and start uploading it. Ending a little bit earlier, so maybe it'll be uploaded by the end of tonight. I'm not holding my breath, but if not, it'll be uploaded first thing in the morning, and I will wait to hear from Carrie and Lori. Okay, guys, I hope y'all have a good week and get lots of stitching time in, and I love you, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.